Hi everybody, really quick. Gonna be like a very quick 3-4 minute word, but this is a word for somebody, and I have to make it really quick because I'm in the middle of organizing and moving around some stuff. I'm kind of tired, but after I do this, I still gotta do some more work, like book work, and then I gotta do some other stuff. So this gonna be a really quick video, but this is for somebody, and I just gotta be obedient to release this, and then I'm gonna go. So God does not need you to help him braid. Hi, Grace. God doesn't need you to help him braid. He wants you to stay on your side. He wants to stay on his side. So this is what I want to say. I always tell you guys, be faithful in your lane. Be faithful on your level to do what you need to do. So you want God to elevate you to the penthouse or the third level or the fifth level. Be faithful on the floor that you're on. So when you, I'm going to give you three quick analogies. So when you're on the elevator, and you're depending if you're going up or down. If you're on level 20 or 35 or 45 or whatever, and you want to go back down, you have to be in the positioning in the elevator to press the button to where you need to go. Or if you already been on the high place, but you want to go back down to the lobby because it's something that you need on the lobby place, whether it's the restaurant area, areas like that, you able to go out to your car or leave or do what you need to do. So this is a word for somebody. I'm sorry for burping. I just finished lunch and I'm trying to move. God doesn't need you to help him braid. So God don't need you to be God and him being God. God just needs you to do whatever he's telling you to do on your level. He's not going to be telling everybody the same thing he's telling you like all the time. He may be telling you that for you, even if sometimes it's just you the only person doing it. So one analogy that God showed me, as God is the construction worker. So you're the construction worker and God is the superior over you. So just keep in mind, like, this is like a construction site. Glory to God. So just keep in mind that right now where you are is a construction site. Hi, Miss Cheryl. Hi, Didi. Just keep in mind right now that where you are is a construction site. Right? You're building what God needs you to build. Now, some of you are building things from the ground up. It's never been done before. You may be the first person to do it in your family, the first out of your friends, the first out of your kind, or you may be one of the first to do it in this unique, original way that God is having you to build. So if you look at a construction site or you go to a construction site, there are some people that are on the bottom level, and there are some people that are in the middle. There are some people that's on top of them roofs. There are some people that are directing traffic. It's like a new construction site, and maybe they got trucks out. They may be directing traffic. Hi, Adora. And then there's some that's the boss. They may not be working as hard as the other ones, but they are coming to check up. And then some of them are the boss. They know how to get their hands dirty or have the other ones do the other work. But nevertheless, they're all working together. So God is your boss. So you are the worker. So this is a word for somebody. Do not look at who's on the bottom floor, who get to leave and go out, who on the roof, who ain't on your level. Well, how come I have to do this and do that? And now I have to. No, look at what you're doing, because it's all working together for you. Be faithful to build what God is telling you to build at the construction site. You're not going to have the same lunch like everybody bring to lunch at the construction site. There's going to be some people that leave the construction site and go get their lunch. There's going to be some people that their girlfriend or their wife may bring them something. Excuse me. And I'm not limiting this to a man, because there are female workers. To each his own, but I'm just saying wherever it fits for you. There may be some people that leave the construction site. There may be some for lunch. There may be some people that somebody gonna bring them lunch. There may be some people that just work throughout their lunch. There may be some people that already brought their lunch. So your appetite with your building on your particular construction site in this season, the journey of your life, your appetite is going to be different from some of the people around you, but that's okay. It doesn't mean that you don't have a job to do. It doesn't mean that God is not telling you what to do. And there's a scripture. I'm going to put the scriptures in the description box. I wasn't coming on to do this video. I didn't even know I was doing this video until God just said, stop and release this. This is for somebody. So I'll put the scriptures when I upload this video, which I'm going to close in a couple minutes. But that's a word for somebody. God don't need you to help him braid. So I don't know about y'all, but I wear my real hair a lot. I'm not into the wigs no more like I used to be. I may still do sew-ins every now and then, but I've been wearing the box plait thing since like maybe May or June of last year. And I bet if I don't wear my real hair, I'm wearing that. And sometimes I'm braiding. And God had gave me that analogy. When God tell you he's gonna do it, he don't need you to help him braid. But if God telling me to braid, I'm a braid. So basically, God is saying this: I don't need you to be God. You God and I'm God. He says it's not going to work like that. He said, I need you to let me do whatever I'm telling you to do. And it don't have to be real braiding, like God braiding nobody here. Now we're not saying that. I'm saying your braiding is whatever God gave you to do. That's your assignment. That's your mission. So God is saying to you, whoever this is for, stay on your side and I'm going to stay on my side. This means this. Do not try to come and tell God what to do. Do not try to come and tell God how to hurry up and how to do it for you. Yes, you can make your petitions and give him your petitions and your prayers, but this is saying don't tell God how to be God. Just like he told Job, he said, Job, were you there? Where were you, Job? So another analogy, so that's a construction analogy. I hope that made sense. Your appetite may be different spiritually, naturally, financially, relationally, the vision that God gave you. Other people may not see, well, why you brought this for lunch, or why you hungering for this dream, or why you hungering for this promise, or God sending you this person to bring your lunch. Okay, he's sending you partnership, or he telling you to leave this place to go out and get something different. He calling you out like Abram from Genesis 2. So whatever it is, or God may be telling you to fast out your lunch break, or maybe you just gonna continue to work when you could rest and eat. God is saying work, sacrifice. So he gonna speak to different people differently depending on the level that they're on. Like I told you guys, a person that's in kindergarten or preschool, a college grad or a person in college, it's going to be two different languages. So that's the first analogy. The second analogy, God showed me an art class. So a person like an art class. So let's say that there's lots of students around and you're the student and you're painting in the art class. And God is the instructor. He's the teacher. He's in the position to lead you. He's been God before you've been here. So he don't need you telling him how to draw your art. He needs you to work on the assignment that you have. If you need help, he's going to help you. He's going to strengthen you, but you're in your position and he's in his position. It's just like a teacher. Whatever grade anybody's on, there's a teacher and there's a student in place. So the student cannot feel like they're greater than the teacher because that teacher has certain things that they don't have. Yes, they may be more insightful on this modern day level or time and different things like that, or see things differently than the teacher, but the teacher have the right credentials to be standing in the place and sitting in the place that teacher is sitting in. And that's why they're the teacher and that other person is the student. Does this make sense to anybody? So what God is saying is, I don't need you to come tell me how to do it. Yes, pray. Yes, fast. Let's believe me. Yes, petition and cry. Give me your dreams, your desires, your goals. I can make those happen, especially if they're lined up with my will and my word. But don't play God. Don't say you believe in me as God, but then you're trying to play God. And then you want the title as God. See, God is like, see, I don't want you to do that. I don't need you to help me braid. You stay on your side and I'm staying on my side. And then another analogy, and I want to close, is and I'm not trying to rush, guys. I just have to get back to what I'm doing, and I got other stuff I have to do too, and I'm kind of tired, but I've been working today, so that's okay. And then another analogy, amen, Adore, that I want to say is he showed me it like a ship. If you driving a boat or yacht or like a big Titanic boat or whatever, small or big, the captain of the ship or the person that's steering that ship or whatever, there are certain gears and gadgets in place that's going to help you along your ride. So God knows what to release as you're going through this journey, as you're going through this season, as you're going through this ride. He knows certain gears that you need. Now, some people, even though I'm from Florida and I live in Florida, I'm a Florida girl, I'm a water person. That don't mean I want to be on the boats. I don't like being on the boats because I get seasick. So I don't go out, when they have those yacht things like in Delray and different things, you can go for a couple of hours, pay for it. Some of them you can go on and eat and you go see different things. I just don't like the boat. So I'm not a boat person. So, but for my journey, my spiritual journey or whatever, I want you guys to see a spirit and natural. I always try to give you guys a natural point so you can get it too. because I may get seasick, God will send a certain gear for me. But then there's someone else that's building on their journey that's not going to get seasick, that love the water, that may jump off the boat and jump in that water. You see what I'm saying? So it's different gears for different people. So you need to let God steer you and guide you in your direction. There may be some people on the boat with you. Some people may be getting off before you. You may be the one on, and then you get off, and then you notice other people on. Y'all are all going to different destinations. Now, some of you are going to get off on the same island. Some of you may have the same calling or a similar dream or promise, or you guys can connect and relate to one another in the realm of the spirit with certain levels and certain things. But nevertheless, you both are unique and different. This is a word for somebody. So it's not saying that you're just going to be alone and God going to isolate you. No, because I always tell y'all that God is going to send you who and what you need for your season. Some relationships are seasonal, some are lifetime. Some are for a season, then God is going to remove it, and then he's going to bring it back together. So it depends. But what I'm saying is, God is the captain. God knows how to get you where you need to be. You know, we'll trust a pizza person. And I said this before on my first prayer line, which was like 2016. But it was WhatsApp. My group was Ambassadors for Christ. God gave me that, and we used to do it like in the mornings at 6. We'll do it in the afternoon. But how we have our YouTube, it was kind of like an all-day thing for people that wanted prayer. It was just a WhatsApp thing, and then I deleted it. I told y'all that situation or whatever, but God didn't tell me to delete it. But I deleted it because of the miscarriage situation or whatever. So you will trust, and this is something that I mentioned. Holy Spirit just brought this back to me because I forgot about it. We'll trust a pizza person who we never met before. We'll call for, for them to deliver something to our house or for pickup. Never seen this person before. Even if you did, do you really know them like that? Now, sometimes, the relationship growing, you get to know them. But sometimes, a lot of times, you don't know them people that pick up. You trust them to get your food ready. You trust them to say, we'll have the pizza delivered in 20 minutes, 45 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, whatever. We'll deliver this to you, or you can come pick it up in such and such time. But then we don't trust God to do what he said we'll do. But you will trust a person that you never met before with food that's feeding you, that's going into your physical body. But then you won't trust God to do what he said he'll do. That's like one of the ministers said about, well, you go inside a house, you trust that your light's going to come on, especially if you paid the light bill. You trust it to sit inside of a chair. You never tested that chair, but you trust that chair. But then we don't trust God. And God is like, I don't need you. What I need you to help me do is believe. And I need you, how you're going to help God and how I'm going to help God, it's going to be by us doing what we need to do on our level. Let God. So when we say, God, I trust you, and then we tell God to move out the way of being the captain and steering the ship and getting us where we need to go and being that superior on the construction site and being the teacher, being the guide. Do we really trust God? Because we don't know how to steer like he's going to steer. We don't know how to kick certain things into view like he do. That's like a person that's like not a pilot, but maybe they want to go to school to be a pilot, or they just a passenger. And because they feel like, now we're on the plane, the pilot is taking too long. Let me get you out of your position and do it. I can do it. You don't know what you're doing. You never flew no plane before, whether that's that pilot first time, but a lot of them have years up under their belt and experience. You're going to mess the whole thing up if you do that. So God is sending this for somebody, and I want to get off. This is for somebody. Please take heed to whoever this is, and I love y'all. God said, I don't need you to help me braid. I don't need you to try to fix this or fix that or hurry this or hurry that. God is not a magician. God is not a magician. God is not into no magic and magician and all that crazy stuff. Either you're going to believe God or you're not. Either you're going to let God take control or not. If you driving your car and somebody just saying, you ain't getting there quick enough. First of all, this is just an example. This ain't for nobody, but this is just something the Lord just showed me. Let's say you be kind enough to go pick up a friend or a family member or somebody that don't have a car, or they do, maybe they car in the shop, or maybe they get in the car, whatever the case, but they need you to come pick them up for a ride. Now, whether you charge them for gas or not, to each his own, I really don't, but it depends on the person. Now, if God say use wisdom with this particular person, because you know how that is, yes, gas, but for the most part, like if it's friends or family, I don't charge for gas or whatever. I just be a blessing. But let's just say this is an example for a person that feel entitled like you're supposed to do. I don't know who this is for, but this is for somebody. And you be kind enough to go pick them up, or even if you don't have a car, you be kind enough, to bless them with maybe bus fare or train fare or something like that. Hey, Jericho. Okay. You be kind enough to, to do that. Hi, Peaches. That's right, Adora. You be kind enough. And I'm sorry, guys, I wasn't really looking at the chat. I'm looking out the window as I'm talking. This for you, Peaches. Okay. So let's say that this person was kind enough to go pick up this person for work, or be kind enough to go drop some groceries, or take them. Girl, you got to go grocery shopping. You got to wash your clothes, or I'll watch your kids for about whatever the case is. Or you want to get lunch, or I'll go take you to dinner. It's fine. I'll pick you up or drop you off from work or whatever. Hi, I'm Love Unity. And this person, you're the one in the driver's seat. You're offering them. So look at God as the one in the driver's seat that's offering the grace. He's giving you specific grace and anointing for your journey, for where you are spiritually right now, for your life, to get you where you need to go. But he's with you on this level, because I always tell you, what you do on this level determines what you get or don't get on your next level. So let's just say this person in the passenger seat, and it's not a joking matter. They really serious. They like, well, you taking too long, or, get out the way. Let me drive. You'll be looking at them like, let you drive my car, especially if they don't have a license, or they don't know how to drive, or they're not qualified to drive. But they just want you to hand the wheel over. You understand what I'm saying? And this is no disrespect, or a person that's maybe elderly, or because a lot of elderly people can drive, but I'm saying some of them, I'm not being disrespectful, but this is another point Holy Spirit is showing me. Let's say that they're in a position where, like, they can't drive right now. One of them can't drive, or your friend have a leg that's broke or something, or some type of situation where they really can't give their best, their full with driving. So you're driving, but you're driving their car. So now let's say it's switched. You're driving their car, but you're the responsible one to get them where they need to go. They're not in the position to do what you're doing. They're not called to do what you're doing, because if that was the case, they wouldn't need you there in the first place. But because they feel like you taking too long, or you're not getting there fast enough, or you're not driving like them, they feel like you don't qualify. And a lot of people do that with God. They tell him, get out the way, God, you're taking too long. Did I really hear you? Are you even, really real? And see, that person with that broke leg, or that's too elderly, or whatever their case is, it could be a person that just had a baby. Because like when I first had Justice, I got cut with him, I wasn't able to fully move like that. I had to recover. So it would have been crazy for me to just tell his dad, who was driving at the time, in that truck, move over. I know how to do this. You know how to do what? You can barely walk. You walk in hunchback. You can do what? So that's for somebody. And then what? So then when he get out the way, then what? You're going to see all the flaws and all your inadequacies. And you can't blame them, because you told them to get out the way, right or wrong. You told them to get out of the way. So then you can't get mad when you tell God, get out the driver's seat, and you're going to be God instead of him. Get mad at him for what? That's what you asked for. Before I close, because I want to finish up before I go and do what I have to do. Do anybody have anything they like to say? Or what you got out of this, or you listening to this, the things that you may want to start doing, or you need to stop doing, or I don't know. I just want to open it up for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to close. It's going to eventually just boil down to trust in the word. That's a good point, Peaches. That's a good point, too. That's like I tell you guys, if you could just be faithful in doing what you need to do on this level, the next level is going to come. So just like I was telling y'all the other day in the other video, like January, don't have to force and beg February to come. It's a part of the calendar. It's a part of the plan. February is going to come. It's inevitable. They are in sync. They are in tune. They may represent different seasons and different times and different things and different events, but it's going to come. March, is going to come after February. And then March don't have to say to April, hey, I'm begging you, I need you to come. It's going to happen. So the God that made the calendar and the dates and times, if he's God over that and those things are just bound to happen, don't you know that whatever he told you is going to happen, it's going to come? So a person that's right now in January may be ready for December, but it's not time for December right now. You got to be faithful to go through your natural seasons to get to December. December just left. If we got to wait for it on the natural, why we feel like it's just supposed to be just popcorn on the spirit? It's not going to work like that. And I know sometimes that's not easy. I know, like I told y'all, there's a lot of different things I'll be waiting for as well. But his timing is best. Like I told you, that's like a person, I'm finna close right now. That's like a person that's 3 months pregnant and they like, I just want to give birth now. And you think that your baby is going to be fully developed like a 9-month-old or 8-month-old, even if they come early. But it's rare for them to come like at 3 months. If they do come early, it'd be like 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, or a few weeks before 9 months. Sometimes they come later than 9 months because they don't be want to move. But I'm saying this, a person that has endured and went through the suffering, the trials, and her body being changed and the cravings and the adjusting in her body and being poked with that needle to draw blood and taking different tests and preparing for that child, changing that life for that baby, taking them vitamins, everything she have to do, not missing appointments, changing old ways if need be, whatever. She's going to reap better benefits for giving that baby a better time in birth versus a person that's in 3 months that haven't really put in the full work and they just want to give birth now. Now, I'm not saying we're not going to feel that because it's natural. We have hormones. Yeah, you're going to feel it. But I'm saying for you to just want to feel it and stay there and think, if I give my 3-month-old baby that's not even fully developed right now, birth right now, I'm going to get all the benefits and blessings and packages of a 9-month-old. But don't look at it like your birth and look at it like your promise or your destiny or something that you're holding on for. So, yeah, when you first get pregnant, it's going to feel weird, like it's taking too long, but eventually, you're going to give birth to your baby. It may not come the month you want, but it's coming. How many times do we be like those in Florida or wherever you are, depending on where you are, depending on your season, but it be hot here. Sometimes it's kind of cool, whatever, but for the majority, it's really hot. So how many times when it's hot, we be like, oh, I wish it was kind of cool or it rain. Then when it start raining, you're like, oh, I wish it was hot. It's going to interchange. This is what I'm saying. How can you have more faith and belief in natural events than you do in God? Like I was telling y'all about the pizza person. Even if you just go to a restaurant, you don't even know them people, a restaurant or a fast food place. You're going to place your order. You're going to pay. And they're going to give you your food. A lot of times people don't even check their bag before they leave. Now, I'm checking mine before I go. But a lot of times people don't check their bag before they leave. They just trust that the person that fixed my food, which you don't even know that person. I'm not saying this to be funny or whatever, but you don't even really know that person. But you trust them enough to fix your food and take your car and give you a receipt. Some people don't even check their bag before they leave. Because they trust, I placed my order and I paid for it and I got a receipt. It's on record. Y'all got cameras here. Y'all see I came up in here. You gave me my food. I'm gone. So some people don't check their bag. They just trust that everything they need is in the bag. But then when it comes to God, it's a different story. I'm going to go. I got to get back to what I'm doing and I have homework and stuff. But I love y'all. See y'all back on here tomorrow.